Hello, everybody. Welcome to Reaction Shots, the Easy Allies movie podcast. For November 2019, Blade Runner month.
Blade Runner.
We made it. Looks about the same.
I think it was on stream. I don't know if you were there, but and this will tie into Disco Elysium. I know you're obsessed with.
Disco
But if
Elysium.
any story has a drunkard cop full of regret, I'm automatically in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deckard.
It's a good trope.
Yeah. Sign me up.
You know what movie you need to see, dude? Bring me the head of Alfredo Garcia, dude.
You've always told me about this one. I need to.
It is. You would love this movie, I think, maybe, kind of.
Sounds violent.
It would also make you uncomfortable. It's Peckinpah. That dude's unhinged.
Yeah, Wild Bunch for sure.
Yeah, very violent.
Yeah.
The man does not trust women.
Yeah,
to
we've
say
talked
the
about
least.
Peckinpah. Maniac.
But the main actor in it, what's his name? Warren Oates, I think. He's basically playing Peckinpah. He's just like a drunk, angry, crazy person the whole movie, and it's incredible.
That sounds fun.
Quoting this movie, a lot of swearing about to happen, gang. So gird your loins. But he stumbles out from behind a thing, and these like local guys are like staring at him, and he's like, "Don't you look at me! Don't you look at me with your goddamn fucking eyes!" He just like points at him with like a gun.
So extreme.
Insane movie. Bring me the head of Alfredo Garcia. I had to buy the Blu-ray from Spain because they don't have an American one, but it's just in English. It's
Sound on Criterion.
just the regular movie. It wasn't a few years ago when I bought it. I'll let you borrow it. Sure. Anyway, this is Reaction Shots. We talk about movies here on the Reaction Shots. What's this? You're like a velociraptor right now. He's doing neck exercises. But before this month we're talking about great cinematography. Just straight up. Filmmaking.
Yeah.
Going back to
Art.
basics.
Craft.
But before we get to that, we like to start off every episode with what have you liked recently? What have you liked recently,
I'll
Michael
let you
Huber?
bring up Parasite.
I'll let you bring up Parasite.
And I don't want to waste a pick.
You don't get. There's no number of picks.
Okay. Parasite.
You could talk for hours in this section if you wanted to.
Best in the biz. Parasite. It was real good. That's a really good movie.
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it a lot. One thing I will say, to quote Whiplash, there are no
The movie Whiplash?
Yeah, there are no two words more damaging than good job.
Yeah.
I want to stop hearing that a movie is like the best movie of the year before I go to see a movie.
Please,
like,
chill out with that level of
the whole
hype.
time I'm watching Parasite, I'm like, this is really good.
Like, oh, is this the best movie of all time or the last decade?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like, this is really good, but yeah. So I was expecting, transcendent
10 out of 10.
perfection, which I mean, it's a good movie, but
in a way, it is a 10 out of 10.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Without getting into spoilers, I don't want to say too many specifics, but I liked it. I think that it painted its greatest success. I think Parasite's greatest success is just making the characters super interesting, and you may not even be compassionate for them, but like you are immediately intrigued by these human beings.
Invested.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was so cool. It was a very cool movie.
Yeah.
Few people mentioned Parasite actually later on. Spoiler.
Parasite.
We will discuss
Manufactured nethicite.
Oh, that sounds so familiar. What is that?
Final Fantasy 12.
Okay. All right. Manufactured.
It's like some drug they make. I don't even know.
Sick. Love a good fantasy drug, dude. What's your favorite fantasy drug?
Easy. Dread.
Is it Dread? Oh, yes.
Slow-mo, dude.
Slow-mo, dude.
Yes.
Slow-mo.
Unquestionably the best movie drug.
I was going to say it if you didn't.
Yep.
Slow-mo.
Yep. Because I saw it 3D in the theater, that movie.
3D?
I saw the movie in 3D.
Wow.
And anytime it went slow-mo, it was one of the coolest effects.
That effect is really good.
Ever, dude.
The way they shoot it, the depth of field and the shimmering makes it look 3D even when it isn't.
Yeah.
It kind of pops it makes the subjects pop out.
Saw it in 3D.
3D?
Haven't seen a 3D movie in so long.
They've sort of faded into obscurity.
Yeah.
I bet you Avatar will bring it back into prominence.
Yeah.
When James
Avatar 2
Cameron
in 2031.
Yeah, when James Cameron forces us all to get ocular implants to watch Avatar 2. You
need to replace your eyeballs.
we need to have these ocular implants installed.
Wouldn't be surprised. I'd do it.
Dolby Atmos eyeballs.
I would do it.
Yeah.
If you had to go do some like eye surgery that was like not too intense, and James
I
Cameron,
would not do it.
James Cameron's floating the bill though.
Oh yeah, if they pay for it.
Cameron has to pay for it directly.
You have to get LASIK. Yeah. Just standard LASIK, but James Cameron says no one with eyeglasses can watch this movie. Can you imagine, dude? Cameron would try it.
He would.
Was it I think it was actually the re-release of Star Wars. They required theaters to upgrade to whatever it was, like some kind of Dolby THX whatever standard.
Yeah.
To get the movies.
For
they,
sure.
like,
Same
made
with Hobbit.
sure.
When
Yeah.
Hobbit 1 came out, the high frame rate. For sure.
Oh, yeah,
They had to
yeah.
upgrade.
Funny. I mean, I
Is
guess
someone
somebody's gotta
drilling
make you
into
do
a
it.
safe right now?
That's the jet engine on this
Okay.
MSI laptop.
It had safe cracking vibes to it.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess sitting here with a Drive document open is really hard work.
So lately, a lot of movies because it was October, Ian.
Yeah.
And I took full advantage like I have never taken advantage of an October. Watched
Proud of you.
strictly horror stuff.
I would have passed out if you had said I watched Strictly Ballroom.
Strictly horror. Who's in it?
Who is in it?
That sounds
It's
familiar.
made by Baz Luhrmann,
Nice.
edited by I forgot her name. But a really cool lady. There's a documentary about her. I watched it on an airplane.
Nice.
She's dope.
Cool.
Yeah.
Didn't watch Strictly Horror.
Didn't watch Strictly Ballroom. You would like Strictly Ballroom.
Probably.
You
I
would
love
like
all
Strictly
genres.
Ballroom,
Is it a
dude.
rom-com or
Dramedy.
romantic dramedy?
Yeah.
Love
yeah.
romantic dramedies.
It's a romantic dramedy, I suppose.
one of my favorite genres. I'm not
Yeah.
even. That's
no,
not even.
you would
joking.
love this movie. Let's watch Strictly Ballroom, dude.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I need to know everyone who's in it.
My mom should. Nobody, dude. I don't know who's in it.
Okay.
It's like an Australian movie. It's like Baz Luhrmann's first movie.
So maybe. No, probably no one. Probably I was gonna say like with some a Hemsworth or something.
I mean, maybe there's someone in it. I'm just forgetting. I don't know.
Cool.
The Hemsworths are probably all in it as kids. It's an older movie. It's from like I don't know,
Nice.
80 whenever.
80s.
I think.
Cool.
It's pre Romeo and Juliet. It's pre Moulin Rouge.
Romeo and Juliet. That's like 90.
Romeo and Juliet's
94?
a good ass movie.
92?
I want to say 93, 94, 96.
Good one.
92?
Great one.
97 maybe.
Really? That late?
I'm going to check. We need
Check
to
it.
check.
This is turned
Keep
into
talking.
the Baz Luhrmann episode.
Yeah.
Watched all of Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, good. I actually to do you a favor, someone mentioned the Oneer episode by number. So I wrote bleep instead of the number in my notes so that I wouldn't
Saw it.
spoil the number.
Saw it.
Tell me about it. What'd you think of it?
It was really good, but when it happened, parasite situation, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this is the one. All right.
But it was really good.
I
That
feel like
is
the
so
episode
good.
before that and that
96 Romeo and Juliet.
one, nice. I feel like that episode and the one before it are the prime of the show, the peak.
5 and 6.
5 and 6. And
Out of
then,
8?
Out of 10.
10. Oh,
There's
wow.
10, yeah. Loved the finale though.
I liked that it. I mean, we won't say how it ends, but I liked the way it ended. Personally, I liked.
Me too. I really like, and hit obviously a little harder now because like, just really portrayed death
Yeah.
in a very intimate, elegant way.
Yeah.
So
Very intense show.
very intense, really good show. Glad I finally watched it.
My scalp still has some red spray, hairspray stuff on it from my Jesse Faden costume from Halloween.
Faden.
Can't get that crap off.
Love Jesse Faden.
She's great.
Watched
Control would be a cool movie or show.
Watched a really good horror movie, Ian.
What is it?
I'd only seen it once. The Orphanage.
Ah.
The Orphanage.
I've been too scared.
It's so good.
I'm a little scaredy cat.
The Orphanage has some frightening moments, but it's not too bad.
Yeah.
You could easily handle it. You should watch The Orphanage.
If there aren't jump scares.
There's at least one jump scare, maybe two, but nothing ridiculous.
Like chilling imagery,
you know
I
what
can
it is?
handle.
Dude,
What is it?
there is a jump scare, but it is somehow so earned, you can't get mad at it.
Okay.
Because it shows you the jump scare, and then you get jump scared, and you're like, well,
I knew it was coming.
you gave
told
me as
me.
much. I saw it happening, but you still got me. Good on you.
Yeah, kudos.
Yeah. But amazing movie. One of my favorite horror movies now, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I remember seeing it back in the day, but I had not really remembered.
What year did it come
When I
out?
was 2007, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was working at a
Yeah.
Landmark Cinemas in Chicago when that movie was out,
Yeah.
and I remember being like creeped out to clean that theater alone.
Yeah. It's unsettling.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That was definitely like the best movie I watched in October. It
What was
so
the
good.
worst movie you watched in October? You probably stuck mostly to the bangers.
I did, yeah. Oh, I got one actually. Okay, so that was my pick for Halloween Eve.
Oh yeah, because you and your wife watch one scary movie a year
On Halloween night.
with her
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Halloween Eve is like my extra spooky, scary night. Like I want to go
Without
all in.
her.
Without her, yeah.
Okay.
She went to bed.
Yeah.
Got the pumpkin. I'm like, all right, give me some horror.
You're holding a pumpkin.
No, it was lit next to the TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is so cute.
Yeah. Like, gotta
I
have the
love
pumpkin.
that you just light a pumpkin next to the
You know what?
TV.
And she had the brilliant idea of carving the pumpkin from Halloween.
Oh yeah.
It was her idea.
That's great.
Yeah.
You got her, dude.
Yeah.
She's a convert now.
And it's like an unsettling pumpkin, dude.
Yeah.
It's freaky. So I watched The Orphanage, and then, unfortunately, because I wanted to watch something a little more mainstream, a little more like Hollywood blockbuster feeling after
Yeah.
watching like the foreign
Yeah.
Orphanage,
Yeah.
so I picked Pet Sematary,
The new one.
the new one.
Okay.
Heard middling to
Yeah,
negative
I heard
things.
it was not great.
But I heard some like middling, like it was okay. So like, oh, whatever, throw that on. Like I wanted to see it. I was intrigued. Regretted it. Not
No
terrible. Not terrible by any means, but like, meh. I feel like it is the quintessential missing of the point from the novel. Like I haven't read Cemetery, but the entire movie was just like the scares and the kills and like
Right,
that
right.
vibe when there's so much going on underneath that it like rarely touches on.
Yeah.
I feel like they just read a Stephen King book and were like, all right, let's get like the scary stuff.
Yeah. They
get the
read the
horror.
back of the book
Yeah.
and they were like, that's fine.
Yeah. So I don't know how faithful it is. Again, I can't really comment because I haven't even read the book, but that's
Yeah.
just how it felt.
Yeah.
So
It seems like Stephen King he's like weirdly hard to adapt or something.
yeah.
Because like I haven't seen either of the new It's, and the old It didn't end super well, and I heard that people don't like episode 2 as much, chapter 2.
Same.
I mean, obviously The Shining is like god tier, but Stephen King hates it.
Which is so weird.
It's so funny.
It's so weird.
It's like, Stevie, it's the best adaptation of any of your stuff.
It's like one of the best movies of all
yeah,
time.
of all time.
all time.
Probably because he strayed a little from the material, like
To
if
serve
we're being
the movie.
honest.
Because it's so
Carrie
different.
and the car one, oh my God,
Misery.
Misery's great.
Misery.
All right. You can adapt a good Stephen King.
Misery's great.
Stand by Me. Was that a book first? I feel like it was a
Oh, and
novella.
Shawshank is
Oh,
him
Shawshank is
weirdly,
like-
and
all
Green
right.
Mile.
I take back everything I said.
Yeah.
Stephen King makes dank. You can adapt him really well.
Yeah.
I was mostly just thinking of like
The
It
horror stuff.
and Langoliers, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
remember that, but I remember it being very long.
Yeah, and like Pet Sematary, and there's a bunch of. Dude,
What's the
there's so
car
many-
one? Catherine? What's the car
Maybe.
one?
I don't remember. I don't know.
Oh, chat, this is driving me crazy. Or audience.
I don't know, man.
They're all screaming it at home.
I know.
Whatever. It's going to drive me crazy now. I'm just going to look it up.
Do it.
Stall for time.
Another horror movie. And I watched Children of Men, but we're gonna get into that later when we talk about cinematography. Watched it again. I like to bust it out,
Christine.
dude.
Christine's pretty dope.
The
The
Mist
Mist
is
is
amazing.
good. Yeah. All right.
a lot of good adaptations.
You done?
I'm done.
So really, he's had way more good adaptations than bad adaptations. Ignore what I said.
Feels like it.
Yeah. I saw The Lighthouse.
Nice. Still gotta go. Still
haven't
gotta
seen
go.
that one?
No.
I really liked it.
That reminds me. I do really want to talk about one last thing
Do it.
because you reminded me of the movie theater.
Yeah.
Terminator: Dark Fate.
Terminator Dark Fat, as the movie theater by my house says on the marquee.
Dude,
Ran out of space.
this movie is not getting a fair shake.
I feel like people are just done with Terminator.
People are done with Terminator. There's a
They're
lot of
fatigued.
reasons. There is, and
There's been
get
like
it,
more bad Terminator movies than good Terminator movies.
for sure.
Or now is it even? Have there been
There's
how many
3 and
after
3.
2?
There's 6 total.
There's 6 total.
And now
That's
there's
what I was
3
gonna
good
say.
ones
There's 3
and
good
3
ones
bad
and 3
ones.
bad ones.
Yeah.
So this one's good.
I liked it.
Okay.
It's not phenomenal. It's not, but
Will I like it?
you will like it, Ian. I know for
Michael
certain.
Huber.
I know for certain you'll like it.
Now I'm intrigued. People telling me I'll like something gets me intrigued.
Because I don't want to go into it, but it's like there's a lot of unexpected things in this movie that you just can't even guess that will happen.
Well, that's good.
There's a lot of surprises.
There's been a dearth of unpredictable movies lately.
Yeah.
Dearth?
Dearth.
Does dearth mean a lot or dearth mean not a lot? I'm forgetting right now. It's like also viewers at home, we started filming this at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
We're both exhausted.
I've been here since 3.
We're both so tired.
But I like this mood we're in.
I like the mood we're in.
We're
a little unhinged. We can't remember words.
What's the razor?
Or titles?
Hawkshock's razor.
What?
Occam's razor.
Occam's razor.
What is that?
I think that's the simplest explanation is usually the right one.
Okay.
Or is
I guess we're just threading the
Murphy's
needle.
Law is what can go wrong will go wrong.
Murph! Murph!
Is this True Detective?
Murph!
What is this?
You're close.
Oh.
Murph!
Interstellar.
Yes.
I saw
You saw McConaughey
I saw a
in your brain.
disheveled McConaughey,
Yes.
and the first thing I went to was Rust Cole.
That's so good. That's so good.
What? Now I'm picturing an episode of True Detective. Some kind of rift opens up, and then Interstellar McConaughey is like, Murph!
Yeah.
And then Rust sees him. He's like, who the hell are you? And then he just takes his shirt off, and they start kissing.
Yep.
Yeah. True Detective
Cole.
season 1 gets pretty weird
Yeah,
with that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to check out Terminator Dark
Terminator Dark
Fate.
Fate. It's solid. It's not what you expect. If you're going in expecting it to be as good as Terminator 1 and 2, don't.
I don't expect anything.
Okay, I'm just saying that's a mistake
Yeah.
to compare this to 1 and 2 or to have those type of expectations. Like Terminator, like you said, people have been burned. People are over it.
Yeah.
We're not as invested. But as its own movie, judging it on its own, obviously it's the 6th Terminator movie, so you have to
Well,
kinda compare
technically,
it.
it's the 3rd
Exactly.
because it's interjecting itself after 2, and the rest are canceled.
Yeah.
Apparently, in the reality of this,
Yep.
which makes sense, kind of in this universe.
I like it.
Timelines, timey-wimey.
Totally.
You've cursed us all, though, Michel Hubert.
Why?
Because you've now trained us to expect the unexpected. So the unexpected has then become the expected.
Yeah. It's all right. You're still going to like it. You're still going to like it. Promise.
I saw Parasite. I liked it. I saw the first episode of Watchmen. I liked it. Haven't watched 2 or 3 yet. Haven't had a chance. But I'm really looking forward to it. I really like it so far. I saw the first episode of, not the beginning, but the entire thing.
Tell me how it is.
What?
His Dark Materials.
His Dark Materials. I saw it. Here's the thing. I'm reading right now book 2 of Trilogy 2 in this kind of universe, Philip Pullman's universe. I don't know if there's a name for the overall
Pullmanverse.
The Pullmanverse. I guess, I don't know, is it the His Dark Materials universe? Because that was the name of the first trilogy.
Dude.
Pullmanverse.
Sounds so much
The
cooler.
Lyraverse.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I really love this series. I really like it. The Book of Dust is the second trilogy. The second book is called The Secret Commonwealth, and I'm on that one right now. I'm not going to say anything about it, but I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
And yeah, so and
The
Omar,
only headline I saw of this was that the opening scene is not in the book.
correct. It's the opening scene of this is from the first Book of Dust book, La Belle Sauvage. So that Omar, my roommate, is also super into His Dark Materials.
Yeah.
And so we were both talking about the intricacies and the things, and like we were both immediately like, we usually when he and I watch something together, we don't talk a lot, but both of us are just like, this was in Book of Dust. This is La Belle Sauvage. This isn't in. Yeah, so it's interesting. They're folding in the other stuff into this because La Belle Sauvage takes place before.
Got it.
His Dark Materials.
What's the hype check, dude? Is this going to be the next Game of Thrones?
I doubt it.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. I liked it a lot.
I'm getting Golden Compass vibes. Is that intentional?
That's the same series.
It is?
Yeah. Golden Compass is the name of the first book.
This is Golden Compass?
Yeah, dude.
Why don't they just freaking call it Golden Compass?
Because the movie was panned and everyone hated it. But the first book in America was called The Golden Compass. I think maybe in Europe it was called Northern Lights.
I thought it was some knockoff, and it's the same thing.
It's the same damn thing. His Dark Materials is the name of the trilogy. It's the series. It's the same thing. So, yeah, very intentional Golden Compass vibes.
Okay.
That's so funny, dude. No, yeah, it's really cool. It's well done. It looks pretty good. It's got pretty cool cast.
Miranda, for sure.
Plus, it's just
He was so good in Curb.
Was he on Curb?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That season.
He was on for a whole season?
Yeah.
Playing himself?
Because Larry wants to do
the musical?
Theater, musical.
The Fatwa, the musical, or whatever the hell it's called?
Yeah.
I only saw like one episode of that. But no, it's cool. It was good.
Nice.
It's always tricky when it's something so beloved. I liked it, I think, more than Omar did. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he seemed a little less optimistic.
Pilot's always a little weird.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was figuring is like the first episode's always a little rough. The thing that we were noticing, and I want to know and I kind of don't want to know, is if it's a limited run series or if they're planning multiple seasons, if they're trying to do all three of the original books in like a limited run, like one
that seems
thing,
like overkill.
Or if they're doing like season 1 is book 1, season 2 is book 2, season 3 is book 3. Like, I don't know, because like the pace that they're at was pretty brisk.
Whoa.
Like, by the end of the first episode, I'm struggling to remember because I read the series a long time ago, but I was like, wow, I feel like this is kind of far in already, but memory is hazy on it. But Lighthouse was cool, and yeah. I feel like I saw something else, but I don't remember what it was.
I saw Kill List from Ben Wheatley. That was a good one.
What's that?
It's a horror movie,
Oh.
but it is the type of horror movie where it's more of a British gangster movie than it is a horror movie. But it is a horror movie.
Ah.
Yeah. Really good. I don't want to say anything about it.
Nice.
Really solid horror flick. So if you like horror movies and you like British gangster movies, check out Kill List.
Okay.
Weird one.
And
the reason I don't know where I said it. I'm like, it's too many videos. I don't know if I said it on here or on stream.
I can't keep track.
We haven't had this conversation before?
About
I
Kill
swear
List?
we've had this conversation.
About Kill List?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. I hope we haven't.
I don't know why. I don't know.
Okay. I was going to say because Ben Wheatley, this director, is doing the new Tomb Raider 2.
Oh.
So then I was like, I got to check
With
this guy
Alicia
out.
Vikander?
Mm-hmm. And I guess he did, this director has done some really cool horror back in the day.
Sick. Yeah. I saw some theater recently.
Theater?
I saw it was a rebroadcast of a live recording of Phoebe Waller-Bridge doing the Fleabag one-woman show that started everything, but she performed it after the series was done, after, somewhere around winning all those Emmys. But, it was really, really interesting to see, and we were wondering if she changed her performance in this run, or this performance of the show, to match the actors that were cast in the show, or if she didn't change anything and they just really well cast these actors to match her performances.
Wow.
Who knows?
So it was that before the show? It was a
one-woman show before the show, apparently. Yeah.
Very, very, very.
So we went and saw that. It was a recording. We saw it. It was like a Fathom Events kind of a thing. It's called New Theater or whatever.
I think I'm waiting until winter break, and then I'm just gonna binge both seasons.
I got great news for you, friend. It's short.
Yeah, it's only 12 episodes, right?
Total.
30 minutes each.
Both seasons. 2 seasons, 6 episodes apiece, 30.
So quick.
Breezy. You could burn through it in a couple of days. But it's so good. So good. Also, you gotta watch Patriot.
I know.
You gotta watch Patriot. I know it starts off a little slow, but you gotta stick with it.
I will.
Will you?
Yes.
I don't believe you
I
anymore.
swear I will. I will.
I also saw Bill Irwin
Bill
on Beckett.
on
He
Beckett.
was just talking about Beckett and doing Beckett scenes, but it was cool to
Beckett's.
see Bill Irwin in real life.
Bill Irwin.
He was in Legion.
Legion.
Did you ever watch Legion?
Season 1. All of it.
Was he in season 1?
Don't
He's
know.
he's like the scientist guy, the
Got
funny
it.
who
Yep,
can like
yep,
split
yep,
into the
yep.
other person.
Yeah.
That's him.
I love that character.
So I was like 4 rows away from that guy.
Nice.
It was cool.
Very cool.
It's weird to see people in real life that you're like, I saw you on the TV.
Oh, yeah. You're a movie star.
You're a movie star. Anyway, what the hell is the thing for this month?
cinematography.
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 So I asked just a few questions. I got a lot of really thoughtful, kind of lengthy responses, but I liked them, so I think we'll probably just read a lot of comments this episode, if that's all right with everybody.
Let's do it.
But the first question I did was, which film gets your best cinematography award? And I guess we have to answer it too, don't we? What's your best cinematography award movie, Huber?
It is a tie
Okay.
between 2 Stanley Kubrick films,
I had a feeling.
The Shining
And Barry Lyndon.
and Barry Lyndon.
That was my
Barry
guess.
Lyndon looks ridiculous, dude. Like, this is a movie you just want to jump inside every freaking frame.
Yeah.
Every frame is beautiful. Every frame is just like a beautiful masterpiece painting.
I love that.
Gorgeous movie. Gorgeous. All the natural light they did with the NASA lenses.
NASA lenses, yeah, candlelight.
All that stuff. Just so beautiful, that movie.
I'm ashamed to say I have. Well, I'm not ashamed, but I think
No shame.
I'm doing myself a disservice because I've been specifically waiting to see it
In the theater.
in a theater,
Good on you.
but
Stay strong.
but no one's putting it in a theater.
I know.
It worked out for me with Lawrence of Arabia. I got to see it in 70 millimeter at the Chinese theater.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
That's in like the constant rotation.
Yeah, but that was just such an experience. I loved watching that movie in that theater. And they had like a historian. I can't remember. I don't think it was someone who like was involved with it or anything, or like a descendant or whatever, but it wrote a book about it maybe.
Some
but
expert.
Yeah, an expert talking. He talked before the screening about
This is amazing.
how they had like they wrote the entire score in like 2 weeks. Or some crazy thing because of like weird
course.
circumstances, and then it just became like this iconic.
Of course.
It's like to this day, like anytime a movie is in a desert, like they're aping from Lawrence of
Yeah.
Arabia,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
without
yeah.
even realizing it, probably.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Yeah. For some reason, I don't know if it's like the best cinematography for me, but The Skin I Live In by Almodovar.
With Banderas.
Yeah. Like there's something about the look and feel of that movie I really love. I also really like the vibes of the Fincher, of like a lot of Fincher's stuff.
Oh, Zodiac is freaking
and
gorgeous.
and like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Those are like very cold though, and I love deep, rich colors. And for that, I would have to say things like
rich colors.
Blade Runner 2049.
You love deep, rich colors?
I love deep, rich
So
colors.
do you like Zack Snyder? He has a lot of deep, rich colors. Lots of deep, rich colors.
I feel like you're like a criminal lawyer.
Gotcha.
You're like, deep, rich colors, you say.
Yes.
Then you must be partial to the works of Zack Snyder. Admit it.
I like Zack Snyder's cinematography. I think Watchmen is a really cool shot.
His movies look crazy. Yeah, they're great.
Okay, cool.
They're just bad.
yeah.
But I mean, like, obviously, some of my favorite cinematography movies are in the reaction shots
Yes.
intro.
Yes.
Not all of these are in there for cinematography. Like Deer Hunter, I don't think is an especially great looking movie, but Melancholia, Fargo, The Skin I Live In, and Shining are like some of the best shot movies ever. Fargo, dude. Coen Brothers, Richard Deakins, dude.
Roger Deakins.
Roger Deakins. What did I say? Richard?
Richard.
I am so
You were
tired.
thinking of Richard Jenkins.
Yeah.
One of the best
Yes.
actors ever. Ever.
Thanks, bailing me out.
What's the movie where he plays the drum in the subway? Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that movie's a freaking 10. I forget the name of it. It's 10. I saw it once in the theater. That's it.
We should maybe never shoot episodes this late at night. We can't remember anything. We can't
Damn
remember anything
Damn
tonight. Whatever, we're just having a good time talking about movies.
Yep.
But yeah, I asked the patrons at home, anyone in these $7 and up tiers on our beloved Patreon.
Beloved.
Literally the thing that keeps us both alive. Anyway,
Yes.
but Megan Linhart? How do you say your name, Megan? Lionheart. Yes. Dragonheart. Megan Dragonheart brought up The Revenant and Birdman. Both great.
Yeah.
Long takes. You don't like them, huh? Revenant's great. It was shot with all natural lighting.
Okay.
They had to wait for the weather, dude.
I need
contingency schedules.
You know, it might have been varying factors aligning. I saw Revenant one time and I did not like it. At all.
That seems like quintessential
Right?
Huber movie.
Right?
It's got bears in it.
I need to go back.
I feel like you got to try it again.
I need to try it again. There's probably someone talking in front of me, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Crinkling
Crinkling behind me, couldn't zone in.
on their cell phone.
Yep. Pretty sure.
A dude hides in a horse
restless.
for warmth in that
I know.
movie. That's like the most you thing I've ever
And
heard.
anytime Tom Hardy's talking like this, anytime Tom Hardy,
Yeah.
rumbling.
It bothers you?
No, I'm in.
Oh, you're in.
I'm in. So yeah, and I love Leo. He's like my favorite actor.
When Gotham is an asshole, you have my permission to die.
Dude, such a sick line.
It's like the best line in that movie.
So
That's a
good.
10 out of 10 line.
Such a good line.
Stephen Beaumont brings up Lawrence of Arabia. Yes.
Yeah.
Also, please talk about the fight scene in the Bourne Supremacy. Ha 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 ha.
Which one, dude? The one in the
Is
kitchen?
that the book one? Is that Bourne Supremacy or Bourne Identity? I get them all confused now. It's been too long.
Okay,
I like the Bourne movies.
I love the Bourne movies.
Even though that camera does need to settle down in the third one.
Yes.
Is the third one Supremacy or Ultimatum?
Ultimatum.
Yeah.
Identity,
Ultimatum was
Supremacy,
absurd.
Ultimatum. Yeah.
I think Supremacy is the fight scene where he jumps through the window and fights him with the book.
Dinesh.
Hits him in the
Desh.
Hits him in the neck with a book.
Yes.
That fight scene is dope.
It is a 10 out of
But
10.
the shaky camera combat is insane.
It is.
But the weird thing is with Bourne,
Yeah.
whether or not this is true, that it was early enough in shaky camera combat where it's like that was a style choice that Greengrass was doing because he wanted it to be like that. It
Yeah.
wasn't there, I don't think, to mask
Cutting.
bad fight choreography.
No. It was trying to enhance
Yeah.
the impact of it,
Yeah.
and it succeeded.
Whereas, like a lot of other movies that do shaky camera combat, you can tell immediately that they're doing it because the fighting looks bad.
And key difference, his shaky hand combat, usually no music,
Yes, very true.
adding to the intensity.
A cinema verite style.
Yes.
Paul Greengrass.
Yes. Love it. He has a sick knife fight in the first one.
Yeah.
When he goes into the house,
And
in
the
the
car
kitchen.
chase. Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's the
yeah, yeah.
first.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
With the sniper guy, who's Clive Owen.
Clive Owen. Oh,
That's
my.
the first one, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Man, that movie's dope.
Yeah, they're so good. 1 through 3 are amazing, dude. Julia Stiles,
three
dude.
is not as good. Three
Love
is not
Julia
as
Stiles.
good. Love Julia Stiles.
Saw Hustlers. Forgot about that.
Is she in that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that or Widows. I want to see Widows.
Loved
I heard
Widows.
Widows is good.
Oh, yeah. Steve McQueen.
Steve McQueen.
Written by, screenplay by.
Lift it up to Mike.
I'm way too tired. Oh my god. What the heck is her
Oh,
name?
yeah. Sharp Objects.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Gone Girl. Gillian Flynn.
Gillian Flynn.
There we go. We got there.
I'm so tired.
It's late.
Gillian Flynn, dude. I want her to write another book because Beth loves her books. She just hasn't written a book in a while. It's been
She's
a long
been
time.
writing TV shows and movies.
Exactly.
She's in the big leagues now, Huey.
Yep. Same with J.K. Rowling. She won't write another Strike book because she's too busy writing Fantastic Beasts.
Strike?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
J.K. Rowling has a detective series, a London detective murder series that follows him and her, and
Who's him and her?
it's Comoran Strike, and I forget her name.
I'm a little foggy on where J.K. Rowling stands in the culture right now. I think she might be canceled for being a TERF or something.
We're not canceling J.K. Rowling.
I don't know. If she's a TERF, she's canceled.
Dude, J.K. Rowling, just chill. Probably chill.
I don't know. I don't know, dude.
I remember there was some controversy because she liked tweets.
She likes a lot of TERF tweets.
She liked some tweets, but then her person was like, it was an accident. She was scrolling through.
Yeah. But then she did it again.
Did she?
And she follows some questionable people.
Okay, I didn't see that part. All right.
I downplayed my knowledge on this subject so I
you
wouldn't
know.
get teased in the comments.
Anyway,
But I know a little bit about this humor.
Anyway, really good books.
Yeah, probably. Morgan Mahala says Mad Max Fury Road.
Furiosa Road.
Furiosa, dude. I also saw... Anyway, yeah, great mix of practical and visual effects. The sandstorm, everything in that movie is freaking crazy.
Yes.
The compositing in that movie is so good. The cinematography is out of control. Also, that is how you film action sequences. You know how they did it that
How?
makes everything cut together so well?
Huh.
Little unorthodox. They framed a lot of the stuff in the center of the screen so that your eye doesn't have to track when they're cutting. So that allows them to cut faster without it feeling frenetic.
Very cool.
I mean, unintentionally frenetic.
Yeah.
Genius movie. I went and saw, what is it called? Blood and Chrome, the black and white
cut?
version.
Yeah.
I went in theaters and saw that too.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie so many times.
Nice.
But in black and white, it was incredible because it was actually really wild because it brought out the performances way more. It was really, really interesting.
For sure.
Like, I was noticing so many nuances.
Totally.
And I mean, obviously,
different vibe.
I'd seen the movie so many times, but yeah,
Totally
it
different
was
vibe.
great. It was, that movie is incredible. David Gray brings up Moon. The way the shots go from close-ups of characters and objects to vast vistas of the moon, blew me away for such a small and overwhelming production. I love Moon.
Love Moon.
That movie is so good.
Mute is not terrible, I swear.
I haven't seen it.
You should watch it.
I
Apparently the third
want
one's
to
going to
see
be
it.
a comic book now because Mute
They don't have money.
didn't do well and his other stuff has not been doing well.
Source Code is all right.
Yeah.
Didn't see World of Warcraft.
Warcraft was cool.
Just Warcraft?
Yep. And then what was the newest?
Don't remember.
Chappie?
Chappie. No, that's not him.
No.
That's
It was I don't know. Too tired, dude. Too tired.
we are out of our element
dude.
tonight.
God.
I'm sorry about this.
Usually they just I just grab the name of the freaking
Encyclopedic
movie.
knowledge. Dude.
God.
Fipe says, for me personally, it's hard to beat 2001: A Space Odyssey when it comes to cinematography.
It's really hard.
I know Kubrick gets some hate for his sterile look in many of his films. Not from me.
Not for me. Damn no.
But I don't think it's been more true of any movie to say any frame could be hung on a wall. Every second of that movie is beautiful. Recently, Ad Astra and The Lighthouse both had excellent cinematography, in my opinion. You are correct. I've seen all of those movies, and they're very pretty.
Very pretty.
I didn't love Ad Astra, but I thought it looked really good.
Nice.
I
I've been
didn't
off
hate
the
it.
space movies. I've missed. Didn't see High Life in theaters. Didn't see Ad
I haven't
Astra in
seen- I haven't
theaters.
seen
Didn't
High
see
Life.
First
I
Man
wanna
in
see High
theaters.
Life. Yeah, I haven't seen First Man either. First Man just didn't strike me as, I don't know, I didn't want to watch it for some reason.
Nobody did.
I really want to watch High Life, though.
Me too.
Tyler Gardner, a shout out to Arrival.
Rival, dude.
That movie has the kind of colors I like. Really deep, rich.
Deep, rich, Zack
speech.
Snyder colors. The deep, rich Snyder colors.
I also like Mandy. That has so many good colors in it.
Deep and rich.
Deep and rich. Just some deep, rich. Deep.
Just put all these colors in there.
and deepen them up. Rich, deep colors.
What is happening? And
You know what movie doesn't have a lot of deep, rich colors? It's just the whole movie's green. It's The Matrix.
yeah, but The Matrix.
It's all green.
Here's the thing. It is
But
all
the first one's blue, right?
It's
Is
yeah,
the
it's like
first
blues
one
and
blue?
green. It might be blue. The second one and third one are definitely pretty green and yellow. But The Matrix is a very well shot movie.
The Matrix 1
Revolutionary.
is a 10. If anyone says otherwise,
Who's saying otherwise?
mute.
Huh?
Muting anyone.
Oh, I
If
thought,
anyone-
I thought you meant the
No.
movie Mute.
If anyone says it's not a 10,
I think Matrix is probably a 10. I like Matrix.
probably a 10.
Huh?
I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you again. Do you think Matrix? Real talk. Do you think Matrix will be a classic 40 years from now? Do you think it'll still hold up? Worried about CG aging.
I watched it recently.
Yeah.
Like 3-4 months ago.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
On ye old, I think it was straight up Blu-ray on a PS4.
Nice.
The way God intended.
Popped it in.
Popped
dude.
it in.
Nice.
On a PS4.
Excellent.
On my dad's old weird HD TV that had like this
Perfect.
loud fan in it for some reason. It's like a broken TV. But yeah, I think it's weird because the thing you worry about in a movie standing the test of time is when it's so revolutionary that everything after it apes from it.
Yeah.
You know? Where it's like I had trouble going and trying to watch The Wire because I've seen everything that came out after The Wire.
I love The Wire.
You know? The same is true of Citizen Kane, right? Because like every movie you've ever seen draws
Yeah.
something from Citizen Kane. So when you go and watch Citizen Kane,
Sure.
you know, you appreciate it, but it's not as groundbreaking or revolutionary because you've seen it all.
Yeah.
That said, I think that The Matrix will probably have staying power at the very least, as a fun action movie.
Fun action.
If not as like a high quality cinematic experience, which I do think it is.
Fun action movie? That's like a slap in the face to The Matrix, don't you think?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, probably. And there are many different reads on The Matrix. Some of them I'm like, oh yeah, that's awesome. Watching it again
Yeah.
in a current landscape, especially when we're talking about like issues of gun violence and stuff.
Yeah.
And when you're thinking about how all the people in The Matrix, like, yes, they could potentially become an agent, but they're also just humans in this simulation. And when you then go into like scene 29 on the old DVDs, when they're going into the lobby
Yeah.
and just like mowing down like 30 guys,
Yeah.
you can't help but be like, this is a mass shooting.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I never thought of that.
Like they're just killing a bunch of people who are just doing their jobs.
Those people are in pods in the real world?
Yeah. They're killing a bunch
How have
of the
I not
people.
had that thought before?
They're murdering a bunch of people they're trying to liberate.
Oh, it's really...
And like I was watching it again and I was like,
gosh.
this is a sticky wicket here. This is what am I
Yeah,
thinking
because
about?
the agents just like take
They
their
can
body,
drop into
right?
anybody.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that kills that person or not. I don't know.
If the agent was already
If an agent goes into them. Well, I mean, does an agent agenting someone
kill
them? I don't know.
Good lore question.
No, it can't. It can't because in 3, when Smith takes over everyone on Earth,
Yeah.
they undo that.
Yeah.
So that means vis-a-vis, ergo,
Yeah.
that must not be fatal.
Yeah.
But if you kill an agent, I imagine it
Do you
kills
think-
the human.
do you
'Cause,
think-
Oh no, we know that because it cuts to the people being dead after they do that.
Do you think the Punisher is doing the right thing by killing people? Or are you on the Batman side? Punisher or Batman, Ian?
I mean, I'm not as familiar with Punisher as I am
He's
with Batman.
basically Batman, but kills.
Then I'm probably
It's
on
a
Batman's
simplification.
side. I'm probably on Batman's side. Because generally, I think killing is bad. I mean, sue me. You know. Anyway, what the hell are we talking about? Arrival's great. Star Wars trilogy is great. Doctor Strangelove, 2001. Yeah, The War Room in Strangelove, very good set. Tyler Gardner's in. Michael Rebelato.
It's fun to say.
Not specific to any of the prompts, but Mandy is the answer to everything. Great cinematography mixed with audio, mixed with SFX, sound effects, just makes this movie indescribable.
Indescribable.
A mood piece told through the camera.
Dang
By
it.
the end of the film, by the end of all the film's different mood swings, you feel like you've gone through a nightmare. Each mood or section is filmed drastically different from the others. One part is a whirlwind of panic with flashing lights and anxious camera movements, and later, it's absurd yet calm and tranquil. It's the most diverse movie I've watched in a long time. I would agree.
Nice. Cool.
I really love Mandy.
I gotta watch it.
You need to watch Mandy.
No, I need to watch it.
And then talk to me about it
Definitely.
on my podcast called Reaction Shots.
Definitely.
Our
100%.
podcast. Our
Mostly yours.
No.
No.
You
do
actually
all the legwork.
You might have, yeah, but you might have been on more episodes than me because I was gone for 2 of them.
No. I've been gone for some. I've been gone for at least 2.
You've been gone for a couple.
Yeah.
Maybe we're even.
Yeah, at least.
We'll have to do the math on that. Eric Sayor says, the best cinematography to me is when an image and narrative fit together and the film feels like poetry. I agree. In that way, there's no better currently working American director than Barry Jenkins. Both Moonlight and If Beale Street Could Talk are extraordinary. And I don't think there's anyone better at shooting close-ups of faces than Jenkins and his cinematographer, James Laxton. I think they are the best pair working today at evoking warmth and empathy and that feeling of poetry through cinematography.
Sick.
Tokyo Slim says, Blade Runner is the
real
first...
long comment.
Yeah,
Tokyo
it's
Slim.
Tokyo Slim. Here we go.
Love it.
Buckle up.
Buckle up for Tokyo Slim.
Blade Runner is the first film that comes to mind. Jordan Cronenweth's magnum opus in a career full of magnum opuses. He's a veteran DP who'd worked with Robert Altman. I said Almond. Billy
Almond
Wilder,
Bros.
Jonathan Demme, John Flynn, Ken Russell, Francis Ford Coppola, Norman Jewison. He was Ridley Scott's first choice to helm Blade Runner, the first film where he was not his own DP. I didn't know that. Blade Runner took risks in lighting and composition and made practical and ornamental decisions in framing, camera motion, set design. I'm gonna truncate this a little bit, but yeah, I mean, amazing shot. But this is what I really thought was interesting. Worth noting that Cronenweth was also literally fighting for his life during the filming of this movie. He had Parkinson's disease, which had been misdiagnosed as multiple sclerosis. The treatments for MS exacerbated his Parkinson's, and his exhaustion and physical state during the filming are well documented. Despite all this, his creativity and aesthetic sensibility shine through in nearly every frame of the movie.
Wow.
Isn't that bonkers?
That is very intense.
I didn't know that.
I feel like when things don't go according to plan, sometimes they turn out so much better. Like you were talking about the music of Lawrence of Arabia and stuff.
Yeah.
Just like, the last 2 weeks, throw it together.
Yeah. Or,
Stuff
I
like
mean,
that.
the most famous example is Jaws, of course. where
Jaws.
The shark just kept breaking, so
Yep.
it made the movie better. It's
Yeah.
just like, hey, happy accidents. I mean, that's why I think, we've talked about this before, but I mean, George Lucas and the prequel trilogy is the easiest example. I know it gets a lot of stuff stacked on it, but sometimes lack of resources is better.
Yep.
It breeds innovation, as they say.
For sure.
Yeah.
The old hobbits.
Yeah. Zach Wojnar. How do you say your name, Zach? When it comes to action cinematography, I've got to shout out Arrow. That show fulfills the promise of high octane action movie every week, and many episodes feature extended butt-kicking oneers.
Nice.
I think Ebo Show wanted to know if you watch the Arrowverse shows.
I don't, because there's like 700 episodes or something ridiculous.
You can
number.
probably just like jump in.
No. I can't, personally.
Yeah.
You can, but I can't.
Sure.
Yeah.
Samuel Cardwell brings up Blade Runner 2049. It's an incredibly beautiful movie to look at. There are times in the cinema when I was just resting in individual shots, not especially worried about what was happening with the story.
Yeah.
The scenes in and around Wallace Corporation HQ jump out as especially memorable. Nathan Howe also mentioned Blade Runner 2049. The opening shots in particular are so memorable. I've also never seen a movie where the soundtrack complemented the cinematography so well. I just about started weeping when that movie started. Like, just the shot of the eye and then all those synths, and I was just like, I have arrived. I like 2049 better than the original
I
Blade
probably
Runner. Personally. But, I mean, obviously, they're both just phenomenal.
Yeah. Love it.
I love the original Blade Runner 2. Blade Runner 1.
No wrong answer.
No wrong answer. Samuel Elmo. Say what you will about where the Alien franchise is right now, but those films all have moments that make you feel a sense of isolation, disgust, and beauty. Alien looks like a film that was shot last week, with well-defined moments like the chestburster scene and any establishing shot of a miniature, like the Nostromo or a derelict ship. Even looking at Alien 3 has some incredibly lonely moments with shots of the dead planets and so many of Ripley alone reflecting. Skipping ahead to Prometheus and Covenant, I think that the wides show off planets as they land. Covenant has some of my favorite cinematography, begrudgingly.
There were some very beautiful shots. I
yeah.
do remember. Yeah.
Well, and also like, and they're just saying like the vibes are incredible. But like Prometheus, for example, one of the very beautiful films because their use of dynamic lighting in that movie is really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
They said they wanted to have, and they were like controlling the lights with iPads and stuff.
Yeah.
Like dynamic lighting in almost every shot, I think.
Nice.
Like people walking from place to place, the lights will fade out behind them and fade up. They just wanted to have dynamic lighting, like living lighting. I really like that. And like practical, a lot of practical like on-set lighting, which in a sci-fi movie I think is really fun.
Definitely, you got to.
David Geis. How do you say your name, David? To make it short, the best cinematography award goes to Barry Lyndon. Yep.
That movie. Watch it on a Sunday afternoon when you have nothing to do.
Sure.
It's the best advice I can give. If you haven't seen it, watch it in the daytime. Crack a window open. Pour some tea. Let her rip. Because it's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
More than that.
I remember
like
I
over 3
did
hours.
something like that with Das Boot.
Yeah.
I just like took a day.
Yeah.
Like took some breaks, paused it sometimes,
It's
got
a day
food.
thing, for sure. It is an event.
But anyway, David says that any frame could be hung in a painting or hung in a museum.
100%. Oh.
Space Dom. I liked this. I thought this was. I would like to push. Very late. I would like to push back a bit on the idea that great cinematography has to have an epic or sweeping quality to it.
Definitely.
For example, I just started the HBO show Succession, which is produced by the same people that made The Big Short. It mostly uses cinema verite style, i.e. handheld camera that's complemented by realistic production design, to give a fictional story the same weight as its real-world inspiration. In the case of Succession, it's about mega-rich media magnate family who squabble like petty children over their inheritance. Not only does the style of cinematography remind us how frighteningly real their avarice is, but it also allows for the cinematographers to keep up with the actors as they improvise comedic moments, all of which lead to great narrative momentum, even when the plot is contained in simple locations like an office or a hospital. The same is true of films by Armando Iannucci, like In the Loop and The Death of Stalin. I think there's much to be said. In fact, even some of my favorite movies have a very kind of stolid or realistic cinematography. And like,
Totally. I think in Mr. Robot, that comes to mind.
oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, Mr. Robot is probably a lot more stylized than this, but like, I think that there's a place for everything. That's the main takeaway from this episode.
Yeah.
If there were to be one, which
Yes.
there is because I'm about to tell you what it is that the cinematography needs to serve the story first and foremost.
Totally.
The characters, the story, the setting, the time period, everything. Obviously, all of film comes together as one piece of art like that, but like...
One Piece.
Oh,
One Piece.
I said the magic word. One Piece. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
100%.
It's got to serve the mood you're going for.
Totally.
And I mean, like, that's not to say that you can't, like, I think you could give any story to any director and cinematographer, and they would do it in their own way. And I mean, you know, if they're good, and it would come out totally different, but really cool,
Yeah.
you know. But I respect a bold choice for reasons, you know? Have reasons, motivated choices
Totally.
in filmmaking.
Children of Men.
Children of Men.
I want to jump inside Children of Men.
Children of Men,
I
yeah.
love those shots, dude. I just love every location in that movie, dude. Like,
Well, the
you-
production design is incredible.
You're in London on the streets, and you're when he drives to his uncle's in the rich neighborhood, and the Michael Caine's farm in the middle of the woods. Like,
Well, and
oh,
that sequence
and
in
the
the car where they
storms.
had to they had a rotating camera rig and they had to like move actors out of the way and stuff. It just seems insane.
Oh, when they're all
When
on
they're
the
in
road
that
trip
little
with
car
Julianne Moore and
and
stuff.
then the log or truck comes
Yeah.
down and then all those
Oh.
people come out.
God, that movie.
That movie is insane.
It is.
I haven't seen it in a
so
while.
Good. It is. To me, it is the most entertaining and watchable epic. Like thinking, like a movie that makes you think deeply about things, but also is so entertaining and so watchable and easily digestible. That movie flies by, and by the end of it, you're having all these crazy thoughts. You know, there's a lot going on.
Also, though, it is it's an example of a movie where one tiny thing takes it down a peg for me.
And this also takes it down a peg because you ruined it for me.
I ruined it for you?
Yeah, you've ruined it for me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know, yes. There's blood splatters on the screen, and now every freaking time I see the blood on the screen, I'm upset by it. But the thing is,
ludonarrative dissonance in a film.
You didn't really ruin it for me, but you made me aware of it, and it is annoying. It is a flaw. I'm on your side now with it. I just didn't really notice it before, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think it is in the theater on your first watch. I have this thought all the time. Your first viewing in a theater is so different because, like, it's the movie theater, dude. It's bombarding your senses with audio visuals.
Yeah.
And, like, you're just trying to keep up with the movie and you don't know what's going to happen and all that. And maybe you can kind of get away with things like that. But on repeat viewings, I just keep seeing that blood on the screen, dude. And it is distracting and annoying.
Yeah.
Because that scene really puts you in the moment. That's what it's all about. There's these huge long takes in this movie to get you so on the ground in this environment. But then when the blood is on the screen, it's like, oh, I'm a cameraman now?
I'm a movie, yeah.
I'm not Clive Owen anymore. I'm
right.
the cameraman.
It changes it from a first-person narrative to a third-person narrative.
Yes.
And it's weird, and it's distancing. It is.
Was that
really,
intentional?
Truly I don't know. Is it? It could be.
Kieran's a master. I don't know.
It could be. They definitely had to fade the blood away when they went to a different take.
They come inside, and when the camera it does it twice. It takes a little bit away,
yeah.
and then more as the camera kind of goes up the stairs, it goes away again, and when it comes down, it's gone.
Yeah.
So they do it like 2 times. They do get a little bit, and then
And it's, I want to say in the first take of that, or in the take they wanted to use of the first chunk, they got blood on the screen, but they were like, this is the best take. So they had to keep it, and they had to, do some trickery to try to get rid of it for the other takes. That's my assumption.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but yeah, that kind of stuff takes me out a little bit, just a little bit.
Maybe he did it because he wanted everyone to be like, oh, it's a really long take. Do you think he did that?
Oh, like to get blood on the screen to make it seem kind of
to make
more...
the audience realize that the camera hasn't cut?
Yeah. It is always a very fun moment in a show or movie when you're like, wait, has there been a cut?
Totally.
Because it always like takes you like a little bit, and then you're like, I don't think it's cut in a really long time.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just thought of some shots in the lighthouse. I won't say what, but man, cool. There are some tableaus in that. They're so good.
I must see.
Wait. But yeah, obviously, Children of Men is an amazing.
It's
movie.
a masterpiece. It is a 11 out of 10.
Yeah, but the blood on the screen just irks me just a little bit.
It got me too. Ian. You win.
I mean, the most to me the most egregious example of that is
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
When does that happen in Robin Hood Men in Tights?
I don't know why I said that.
Well, no, just District 9 threw me for a loop, and I've only seen it in the theaters, so maybe I need to watch it again because I know there was so much in that movie I really, really liked.
Yeah.
But the part when the camera guy just suddenly isn't a camera guy anymore and the cops see right through him,
yes,
freaks me right out, dude.
Yes.
It's another example of just a little thing where I'm like,
all of a sudden we're a documentary movie.
Yeah.
We are the documentarian. And then it's like, no.
They refer to the camera guy for the first 20 minutes of that movie, and then all of a sudden the cops just can't see him, and I'm just like, wait a minute. And the camera didn't change the way it looked as far as I remember.
In the movie theater, you're blinded by
Here's the thing, though. In the movie theater, I was like, what the hell? The cops were invisible now? I mean, no shade on District 9. It's a really good movie, but
Love it.
But that moment. It's similar to the blood on the screen in Children of Men, where it doesn't ruin it for me, but it's just like a little nitpick, a little weird thing,
District 9, I hope, gives people the same sensation as like Scanners did for me. I hope it fills that void. Like
What did Scanners
like
make you feel?
me going back to enjoy older science fiction movies
Yeah.
that I was not alive to see or not old enough to see, going back. Like I hope kids growing up, like, oh, like mid 2000s sci-fi.
Yeah,
like let's
yeah.
check that out. District 9, I think, is a really awesome science fiction movie.
I think,
to show people.
I think District 9 would hold up better than
Yeah.
a lot of like. You know.
Totally.
You know what movie weirdly holds up? The Faculty.
Watch The Faculty with Beth on Halloween, our little Halloween deal. That was one of my picks. The Faculty.
This year?
Like 2 or 3 years ago, I
The
picked
Faculty. It's not even
So
that
great.
scary.
No, it's great.
It's just kind
That's
of
why I picked
fun.
it. Yeah, it's fun. It's really
The
fun.
Faculty, dude.
So good.
Why is it good? Have you seen the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
Like the black and white one?
Yeah.
No, I've seen the Sutherland one.
Yeah,
Donald Sutherland.
also good.
Have not seen black and white somehow.
Have you ever seen Don't Look Now? Don't Look Back? Don't Look Now.
Maybe.
I think he's in that too, and it's really good. It's
Donald Sutherland?
I think so. Yeah. It's
Looks so scary in Satchers.
yeah. Is that Wim Wenders? No, Nicholas.
Sparks.
No. Hang on.
Reffin.
No, not that one. The other one.
Cage.
Now I can't remember.
Cage.
No.
Flamel. Nicholas Flamel.
1973. Nicholas Rogue.
Rogue.
Yeah.
We got there.
Yeah. I was like, it's not Wendig Refn, but there's an R in there.
Twin Peaks vibe for Fire Walks
yeah.
with Me.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
cover.
You gotta watch Don't Look Now, dude.
Don't Look Now.
Don't Look Now is
Don't Look
sick.
Now, the babysitter's
He
dead.
directed The Witches? Walkabout, also pretty crazy.
Walkabout. Great episode of Lost featuring John Locke.
Yes, true.
Don't tell me what I can't
Don't
do.
tell me what I can't do. That's before Lost went off the deep end.
I like Lost.
I like Lost fine too. I don't know. I wasn't like pissed.
No.
They didn't know how to end it.
No.
The last season is pretty bad, but the rest of it was fun. It was a fun ride.
The first couple episodes of the final season are some of my favorite, though.
Yeah.
There's one with Sawyer, and that's like episode 2 or 3. Really
There was some fun cinematography in Lost also. They did some cool stuff in that.
And a lot of... A
Yeah.
lot of that noise.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. You know what the worst episode is? Is that Nikki and Paolo one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know. We know.
The Constant, though,
We
is
know.
probably the best episode.
Constant is a 10.
That's a 10.
Out of 10. Pilot's great.
Brother. The pilot's amazing.
See you in another life, brother.
See you in another life,
There's a
brother.
lot of...
Not Penny's boat.
So many good episodes.
Alexander, we are never
Finishing.
getting through all
No.
of this.
No.
We are unhinged.
Yeah.
Alexander Zirinov says, camera work is one of my favorite aspects in movies, and I have some obvious favorites like Children of Men, Better Call Saul, Gravity, but I also love... That hurt my finger. I also love the cinematography in Watchmen, especially
There
the
it
graveyard
is!
scene.
Those deep, rich colors.
Deep, rich colors.
Those deep, rich colors from Snyder. I don't know if I said it on here, but Watchmen, one of my favorite movies of all time. Sorry. But
You don't have to apologize to me.
because of the marketing always showing the comedian getting thrown out of the
Yeah,
window,
they showed that a lot.
that was so killed for me. So
Yeah.
even watching the movie, I just kind of like it didn't hit me as hard. Hadn't seen the movie in like 5 years.
Yeah.
Watched it a couple months ago. That shot, dude. That we're coming up to favorite single shots. Like,
Yeah.
not my favorite shot, but that shot is so cool. So cool.
I feel like it's
Throws
really
him
good.
Through the, and it's exactly
It's-
like in the graphic novel.
Well, and it's exactly like in Cowboy Bebop.
yeah.
I mean, like, that's just a classic shot.
Yeah.
Like, it's
But
a
it's just
really
done
good shot.
so well in
Yeah. Oh,
Watchmen.
yeah, yeah. Maybe
Just
I
like-
need to watch Watchmen again, dude. Like the movie.
Dude, the opening fight is really good.
I'm wondering if...
It's a
I'm
good
wondering
movie.
what the bug... What my bug was with that movie when it came out. I think I didn't like the licensed
people.
music choices.
Sure.
And, like, I think...
I
what
don't
else I
like
liked.
Silk Spectre. Like,
I don't
Malene Ackerman.
Oh, you don't
doesn't-
like Malin Ackerman?
She's okay in it.
I like
don't
her
know.
just because of Children's Hospital.
Like, she's cool. She's cool. I
like
just don't
that
like her in
show.
this movie that much. Yeah.
I don't know. Malin Ackerman.
Yeah.
Michelle Jackson's pick would be the anime ACCA 13 Territory Inspection Department. It's not hyperbole to say that almost every single shot is gorgeous enough to be hung up in an art museum. Despite having an almost watercolor art style, it makes good use of focus and distance to compose shots. There's also always tons of neat little background details in every shot, which make the show quite rewatchable.
Cool.
As long as we're shouting out animated films, Into the Spider-Verse, brah.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse, brah.
Love it.
They don't
Love
use blur.
Love it.
Do you know about this?
No.
They use chromatic aberration
Chromatic aberration.
for separation of colors, for distance.
Separation of
But
colors.
the kind of justification for that is like offset printing. So like
I don't know what the
older
hell you're saying
older
right now.
comic book style is when things get farther from the camera, it's like going back in time in the printing technology
Dude.
of comics.
Awesome.
Chromatic aberration
Got it.
to show movement because they didn't want to use any blurs.
Cool.
So there's no motion blur in that movie. You can literally pause it on any frame and it actually is like a painting.
Whoa.
That was their idea.
Did not notice.
There's
did
no
not notice.
blur in that
Never
movie.
knew that.
So they use chromatic aberration to show distance
That's awesome.
and motion.
That movie's amazing.
That movie is perfect.
Second one's coming.
2022. Take your time.
Yeah.
21? 22.
22, I think.
Take your time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Also, maybe announce that a bit too early, but I'm happy
Yeah,
to know that it's
yeah.
happening for sure, so I'm not mad about it.
Yeah. I just saw a spit go right in
I
front
think
of
you
your
just
face.
spit right in front of my face.
Yep.
All right. What do you say we've been shooting for an hour?
Another one of my all-time favorites, Assassination of Jesse James.
Yes.
That movie is gorgeous.
That's brought up here in a minute. Actually, in the 3-4 comments, that one's brought up. Ready? All right, we're going to go a little bit quicker. We're going to go a little bit quicker here, Huber.
Okay.
And folks at home.
Do it.
But if anything shouts out at you, just start talking. All right.
Go.
Splontot. Splontot says, just came to answer which scene was my favorite cinematography. I don't think I need to say which movie. Just one word, hallway. Which movie comes to your mind first?
I mean, for me, Old Boy.
I think they mean Old Boy.
Okay.
Also, I thought maybe Shining.
Okay.
Good hallway stuff in The Shining.
God, yes.
But probably we're talking
gotta
about
be
the
Old
Old Boy fight scene.
it's got to be.
Probably. Because that is a really good shot.
Yeah, it is.
I think a lot of people thought I meant long take when I said single shot,
Got it.
but I didn't mean like oneer. I just meant like, what is your favorite
Frame.
shot?
Yes.
Yeah, frame. Like when the ships get blown up in Last Jedi, it looks beautiful. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, it does.
Like it visually looks crazy.
Yeah. yeah. I know what
Like-
you're talking about now. Yep.
Love it or hate it, that
Yes.
shot is dope.
Yes. yes.
Megan Lionheart says, just saw The Lighthouse and not kidding. Not going to finish this statement because it's revealing of the story,
Okay,
but
yeah.
it is a
Skip,
very
skip,
good shot.
Skip.
Every shot in that movie is good.
Skip.
Rui Mendez says,
But
favorite shot.
don't you love when, like you're talking about when the ships blow up? Don't you love when like $300 million comes together to give us moments like that?
Yeah. Worth it.
Worth it.
For that one shot,
Those ships
whole movie is worth it.
blowing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
So wild.
It's dope. Rui Mendez says, favorite shot would be the hospital scene in Bellatar's Werkmeister Harmonies, an 8-minute shot that just wrecks me every time. I have seen that movie.
I have not.
I think the whole movie is 11 shots. You've heard of it because I've brought it up on this show before.
What's it called?
The Werkmeister Harmonies. It's
I don't remember.
it's lengthy, and I think it's 11 shots long, and the movie's like 3 hours or something crazy, 2 hours long. I saw it. I don't know who I used to be, where I would go and
You saw
do
this
stuff like this.
in like an art house.
I saw it in an art house movie at midnight,
Oh my god.
starting at midnight. I got home at like 3 something. I wouldn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Who was I?
Younger
Younger.
to do things like that.
Yeah.
Now it's on Netflix.
If Werkmeister Harmony's on Netflix, that would be crazy.
I read a really good article about this Kubrick debate with movies, MCU, and all this.
Kubrick.
Scorsese.
Yeah.
Hey, same caliber of
Kubrick came back from the grave.
legendary filmmaker. Same.
Yeah.
The article
I
brought
want to
up.
hear what you think about this. Yeah.
They brought up one missing ingredient that Scorsese has failed to mention. I really liked this article. It was the 2019 theater experience
Sure.
is not what it used to be.
Yeah.
It's usually bad. And
Yeah.
Scorsese just doesn't bring that up.
You
How,
mean
like,
it's bad to see a movie around other human beings because
Yeah.
human beings are loud trash?
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's expensive, and
Yeah, yeah,
it's the food. If you want food, like you don't have to get food, but even just the price of the ticket
Yeah, yeah.
and all that, and people talking.
Yeah.
So the article was basically like, if people are gonna commit the money and the time to go to a theater, they want a safe bet, and Marvel movies are a safe bet.
Also, they're so damn loud, it doesn't really matter if somebody's talking.
And that they brought that up too. You can talk. People are going to talk anyway because
Yeah.
people are freaking out of control in
Garbage.
movie theaters.
Terrible
Trash.
garbage. If you talk in a movie theater,
Yeah, I don't want.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
We shall not associate.
Oh. I mean, people are going to talk anyway, so it's like you might as well just see the loudest movie possible.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was an interesting point.
So depressing.
Yeah.
That's a depressing thought process.
Yeah.
The whole Scorsese thing, where do you fall on this? Scorsese? I've always said Scorsese.
Yeah, I've always
But then
said
I've heard some
Scorsese.
people go Scorsese.
I
and
say
I'm like, what?
Scorsese.
Marty.
Marty.
Uh,
Our friend Marty.
this is the classic like old guy take
Yeah.
where it's like,
It bums me out.
well, it's like,
and
I mean, you're not wrong, Marty, but who
Yeah.
cares?
yeah, and
Who cares, dude?
me personally,
It's okay for movies to be different, for some of them to be theme park rides.
Totally.
Who gives a shit?
Nothing he said has bothered me because he can
Yeah.
say what he wants, whatever
Yeah.
your opinion. You don't have to like Marvel movies. But it does kind of upset me because he hasn't seen them all. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Like if you haven't,
He just saw Iron Man 2 and
Probably
it left
saw,
a
like-
bad taste in his
exactly,
mouth.
like,
he
if
saw Thor Dark World.
he's making all these assumptions about something he hasn't fully seen.
Also, like-
and that bums me out.
It's kind of fun. I was talking about this with Sophia and she made a funny point where it was like he's talking about like art house movies, you know, and stuff. And like he drops some names and I'm like, yeah, they make great stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like it's really funny for him to be saying like, oh, these blockbuster movies or whatever. And I'm like, Sophia made this joke too, but she was like, you've made the same movie about old Italian guys like 7 times. Like, settle down, Marty. Like, obviously
And-
that's a simplification for humorous
course,
purposes.
of course,
But
of
like,
course.
it was just kind of funny to
Yeah.
me.
And like, I don't know, dude. Hugo was like a big budget thing. Like,
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing that these guys forget. Like Coppola, Spielberg, these guys, they used to make what they make used to be blockbuster pictures. And now they are artsy, you know, because the times have changed. But it's like back in the day, Godfather, all these Casino, Goodfellas, you know, these were like the big hot items by and large. Like, you know, obviously Spielberg a little more, but you know, Godfather was a huge deal. Coppola was making like populous pictures, you know? And it's just so funny to have him like calling out the modern day equivalent of Godfather in some ways.
and it's like, I want to see your
Obviously not
dramas.
perfect analog, but
I want to see your intense dramas in the movie theater, but like, not if people are talking around
not if
me. I'd
people are
rather just
talking,
watch it.
looking at
home.
their phone because
Yeah.
people get bored.
Yeah. The Irishman's 3.5 hours, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Do you think people are not going to be on their phones in that thing?
That is an at-home length,
Yeah.
you know?
It's like, isn't the theater supposed to be for big roller coaster rides anyway?
We were doing a bad job at lightning round, man.
Sorry.
Don't be
You're talking
sorry.
about
I'm
the
having a
theater-
blast.
You were talking about the movie theater, and it just made me think of it. I thought it was a great point that I haven't heard. I haven't heard that
Yeah.
argument
Yeah.
towards Scorsese about bringing up the actual theater experience. I
Yeah.
thought it was really interesting. It's on Collider, collider.com.
I've heard of it. Here you go.
Hit me.
Tyler Travis, Deakins' train robbery scene takes my breath away every damn time I watch the assassination of Jesse James
Beautiful
by the
shot.
coward Robert Ford.
Beautiful
Robert?
shot. Yep.
I think he has even stated that it's the best thing he's done. Wow, if Deakins is saying that's the best he's ever done, you know it's good.
Freaking phenomenal shot, dude. The train light coming in on the trees.
Yeah.
Masked
Yeah.
robbers hiding.
They're like standing on the tracks, right? And it passes
He's
over.
on the tracks. Yeah, they're in the woods.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think Brad Pitt has like a lantern.
That's a bonkers movie, dude.
Yeah.
Tokyo Slim, man.
There's that hidden like 4-hour cutout there somewhere.
Of Jesse James?
Yeah, that's like never gonna be released, but it always gets brought up.
Yeah. Tokyo Slim says, man, the long single take shot of Clive Owen walking through the hospital with the baby and children and men is probably one of my most technically outstanding and emotionally affecting single take shots in cinema, but also the old boy hallway shot is GOAT. Someone referenced it above. Nathaniel Howe, Alien. The opening shots of the Nostromo are stuck in my brain. Also the whole movie.
Yes.
Swan, I'm a sucker for long takes, and my favorite to date is still the one in Children of Men.
Yep.
But also, shout out to episode bleep of The Haunting of Hill House.
Nice.
What are your favorite long takes? I really like the one in Atonement. That movie was kind of whatever, but that shot was super good.
Yeah.
The beginning of The Player is funny.
My favorite shot is the Queen Alien when Ripley's holding Newt.
We're talking about long takes now, Huber.
But my favorite shot in the movie, that's my favorite shot.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
That review.
My favorite, like, single shot in cinema. I really like the opening shot of Fargo when the car comes over the... Yeah. And it's just like a white, expansive nothingness. But I also like deep, rich colors.
Deep, rich colors, so I'm definitely thinking Zack Snyder.
So just kind of any shot from a Zack Snyder
Here's a
film.
cool sounding Netflix movie coming out where it's a zombie movie, because he did Dawn of the Dead. Zombie movie with Dave Bautista.
I'm in.
And they go to Vegas to rob a casino during a zombie apocalypse.
I'm in.
Sounds like it's going to be fun.
That sounds pretty funny.
That's his next one.
Say what you will about Lars von Trier, because the guy's a maniac, but the cinematography in Melancholia and Antichrist is bonkers.
Bonks.
There are some shots in Melancholia that are just, those are some deep, rich colors.
Rich colors. Love deep, rich colors. This is a new bit.
New bit.
It's going on for a while.
What is my favorite long take, though? I just thought of it and I forgot about it. Oh, well.
I know. That's funny. I'm going to remember 100 long takes when we leave here, because I love long takes.
Episode 4 of season 1 of True Detective has a really good one.
Nice. You know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., surprisingly, will throw out a random long take fight scene here and there, and there's some good ones in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. of all places.
7 Brides for 7 Brothers, the Lonesome Polecat song is all one shot.
8 heads in a duffel bag?
8 heads in a duffel bag? Gross Point Blank? Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels?
Snatch?
In Bruges?
Braveheart.
What was the connection there?
Brendan Gleeson,
Brendan
bro.
Gleeson is in Braveheart?
Yes.
Who is he in Braveheart?
He's like Mel Gibson's best friend.
Damn.
Got it.
The Crossing Guard. What is that movie with him? Where he's like sad and alone? The Guard?
Yeah.
Never saw it.
Yeah. Yep.
7 Psychopaths. That's written by
Sam
McDonough.
Rockwell, dude.
Sam Rockwell, dude.
Love him.
We are
Off the
so
rails.
unhinged. We are
Long takes,
so
though.
unhinged. No, we're done with
So
that.
many good long takes.
We're done with that now.
Long takes, a lot of good horror long takes, I feel like.
Max Miller loves the bullet dodge from The Matrix. Also, the shot toward the end of Parasite when someone's sitting on a toilet smoking a cigarette. You know what we're talking about? We're not going to talk about it because it's a spoiler.
Yes.
It's a good shot, though.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to sneeze. Michelle Jackson's likes the pie making shot from pilot episode of Pushing Daisies.
Bless you.
Bless your beautiful hide,
Bless
wherever
you.
you may be.
Is that a real song?
That's from 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. That is a
I can't believe we got there.
sexist movie.
7 Brides.
But
Bless you.
But is it intentional? I don't know. I have a weird soft spot for that movie.
Nice.
Now my nose is all running. I'm sorry, everyone. David Geis, rating the best shot is difficult, but Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal's character races the rescued child to the hospital near the end of the movie.
Yeah, dude.
I gotta go
Bless
blow my
you.
nose. Read these comments.
Bless you. Character, the tension, the deep, rich colors, having very vivid memories of watching it for the first time. He says the colors. Playing right into Huber's love for that film. And again, not the favorite of mine from the director, but it is. Great, great movie. Matt Deakins is obviously legendary, but I feel his work on Prisoners doesn't get anywhere near enough praise. 2 in a row. That film has so many unique and visually interesting shots. It's absolutely stunning. So my favorite individual frame is when Gyllenhaal's character is approaching the van with the glowing gas station behind him. Absolutely. Kyle Lee, the opening shot of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, where the camera pulls back to show the emotion of Knives hearing Sex Bob-omb for the first time. Between the amazing in-camera effects making the room feel like it's expanding and the music blending perfectly as the camera moves in time, it creates an otherworldly effect that perfectly translates the feeling of awe, excitement, joy, and love that comes from hearing your favorite song for the first time. What director is known for having a great look regardless of their cinematographer? Great question. We're on which director is known for having a great look regardless of their cinematographer? And Denis Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve.
Phenomenal movies. You know, I watched his first feature, and it's probably the most disturbing movie I've seen in a very long time.
What's his first?
It's called like Polytechnic, and it's about a true story of this dude who hates women and like shoots them dead in a school.
Good Lord.
It is terrifying, this movie. It's black and white, and it is very raw and gritty, and it's it's like his first feature, and just you feel this. It's very unsettling. I do not recommend this for everyone. It's very hard.
That sounds really intense.
It's very intense and gritty. But the cinematography in that hits so hard because I think the movie is so realistic, and it's obviously based on real events.
It is? Good God.
Yeah, heavy.
Terrifying.
That's his. Yeah, he did that, and then after that, he did Incendies, and that blew him up. Yeah, heavy duty movie.
What a career he's had.
Yeah,
I like his stuff.
every single one of his movies is amazing.
Enemy, dude.
Enemy, frightening.
That spider.
Freaks me out. Oh, it freaks me out. It
I
freaks me
really
out.
like that movie.
Yeah. Every single one of his movies. He does not have a bad movie. That's so great. I hope Dune.
I haven't seen one of his movies that's been bad.
Come on, Dune.
Dude.
Come on,
I am
Dune.
shocked that they're letting him do Dune.
He can do it.
No. Of course he can do it. But after the financial disappointment of Blade Runner 2049, even though that movie is freaking incredible,
Yeah, it is.
nobody saw it. Yeah. Damn thing didn't even make its money back, did it? I'm sure it did now. But
I'm sure it did.
Rui Mendez says, when I saw this post, I first thought of Terrence Malick.
Yeah.
Mainly until Tree of Life, which is a much hated film as it is loved. Personally,
Tree
they
of
love
Life,
it.
dude, love it.
Badlands, Days of Heaven, and The Thin Red Line are just perfect.
Death is a disease. There's a cure like any other. Jackman, bro.
Who is that in Tree of Life?
Yeah.
I don't remember
in
that.
Tent. No, that's the Fountain.
That's the Fountain.
Sorry.
Dude.
Tree of Life is Pit.
The Fountain is beautiful.
Love the Fountain.
Microscopic stuff to be huge nebulae and stuff. Oh God, the Fountain is amazing.
Fountain.
The Fountain is good.
Is underrated.
Beautiful movie.
Oh, the Cell guy.
Yeah, that's Tarsem.
Yeah,
The
movies,
Fall
dude.
is a very beautiful movie. Yeah, his cinematography.
You know what he has? Deep rich
colors,
dude.
Yes.
The most.
The deepest and the richest.
Yes.
We found it.
Yeah.
The Fall.
Yep.
That movie is
Number
gorgeous.
one. Yeah.
Also just shot in like so many different countries.
Yeah.
Damn.
Lee
Tarsem,
Pace.
dude. Yeah. Lee Pace.
Love Lee Pace.
I love Lee Pace. The Fall is what made me fall in love with Lee Pace. I watched Pushing Daisies after I watched The Fall.
Nice.
Lee Pace, dude.
Lee freaking Pace.
Took me out of it a little bit in is it The Hobbit where he's like an elf?
Yeah.
A little weird.
Yeah.
Also as Ronan in
Avengers.
in Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, I don't buy him as like a bad
Or
guy.
Marvel. Pops up again in Captain Marvel. That's right.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Zach Wojnar. How do you say your name, Zach? I really love cinematography, but I get a bit distracted by Inarritu specifically. He really wants the Best Director Oscar, and I think with The Revenant, it came at a deliberate expense of the Best Picture trophy. I thought that was an interesting comment.
So what are they saying? They're saying
They're saying that he
what are you
wants.
saying, Zach?
They're saying I think that he wants Best Director so much that he sacrificed making like maybe a cohesive picture with story and everything, all the elements,
Yeah.
but focused on
I think that's
that.
why I didn't like that movie, dude.
It definitely was leaning on the cinematography and direction elements maybe a little harder than some. It definitely felt like it was leaning on a few things. It felt like an experiment, kind of. It felt like they were trying to do a thing. It's like, we're going to make this gritty, hardcore, out in the cold, using natural light, natural weather movie,
Wild.
which I respect as an exercise, but
Yeah.
it felt kind of like an exercise.
Oh God, I'm gonna watch that soon. Okay,
You
I'm
got to
gonna
rewatch it.
Yeah,
It's definitely not a bad movie.
cool. Yeah. That sounds like a fun rewatch.
Samuel Cardwell, all of the films of Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger look
No idea.
absolutely gorgeous, regardless of cinematographer. The Red Shoes, A Matter of Life and Death, The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp. However, I'm particularly enamored with their collaboration with Irwin Hillier on A Canterbury Tale in 1944, one of my favorite films of all time. Hillier was German-Jewish and trained in German Expressionism, which somehow gels perfectly with the British realism of Powell and Pressburger. The last 20 minutes of the movie feature some utterly gorgeous tracking shots through Canterbury Cathedral and the streets of the city.
Very cool.
Oh, also, cooey. How could we not have mentioned like Samsara and those and like Kwalakatsky or whatever?
Kolakas. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? What's that guy's name?
Yeah, I mean, it's not even a movie.
Yes.
It's like 12 hours of just imagery, right?
It's not 12 hours.
Kobalkaska or whatever.
It's not 12 hours. It's like 2. Ron Frick. That's his
No,
name.
go to the other one. Kolakas.
Samsara I've put on. Like one time, Sophia and I put on Samsara just because I was like, we were just sitting on the couch and I was like, well, we got to look at something.
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
I think
Talk?
I saw Samsara in the theater.
And we sat and watched the whole damn thing. It was so transfixed.
What's the other one?
Transfixing. Kwalakatsky.
Yeah, that's like a 9-hour movie.
I don't know. I don't know about this. There's Baraka. Kronos. Let's look. Let's look at all of them. Since we're just doing whatever the hell we want now in this show, we're just going to look up all the runtimes.
Kolaskaska.
Yeah. All right. Kronos. Tell me how long you are.
Konakaska.
Where's the runtime on this blasted website? 43 minutes.
43 minutes.
That's Kronos is 43 minutes. Baraka, 96 minutes. You're eating crow here, Huber. Kwalakatsky is 86 minutes, dude.
Am I thinking of the same one?
You're probably thinking of Empire by what's his name?
No.
That one's like 12 hours long. Samsara
No.
is 102 minutes. That's his longest.
I'm thinking of something else then.
Chat, what's he thinking of? We'll wait.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, those movies look great. Which cinematographies have a great look regardless of director? Cinematographers. Rui Mendez. Favorite cinematography would be Sven Nykvist, who worked with Bergman a lot and made some of the most iconic shots ever made. True. Spacescape says, I absolutely love Robbie Mueller's cinematography, especially his work with Wim Wenders. Yeah. Alice in the Cities, Kings on the Road, Paris, Texas, and Jim Jarmusch. Down by Law, Mystery Train, Dead Men. I love Mystery Train.
Mystery.
I also like Dead Man, too. Not the flashiest of styles, but the use of composition and natural lighting is simply gorgeous. I agree. Zach Wojnar. Zach, how do you say your name? When it comes to cinematography, I must raise my glass and toast to Dion Bebe. BB? B-E-E-B-E. BB. He's probably best known for Chicago, but pair him up with Michael Mann's digital camera style as seen in Miami Vice and Collateral, and you have something that simply doesn't look like anything else out there. Collateral really does have kind of a special look, doesn't it?
Love.
Collateral's good.
Phenomenal movie.
The shot, the most
Is that
unsettling...
my briefcase?
What?
Is that my briefcase?
Is that my briefcase?
Yo, homie, is that my briefcase?
Yo, homie.
That's what he says.
Yeah. The most unsettling part is when he's in that nightclub and he like stomps on that guy's neck and like just
dude,
turns a little bit.
Yeah.
Messed up, dude. Tom Cruise is unhinged.
Tom Cruise was a killer in that moment.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he channeled a real life killer.
Do you think Tom Cruise has ever killed someone?
Probably knows someone who's killed
Oh,
someone. dude.
definitely knows people. He's probably like talked with military people, you know.
No, I'm not talking about that kind of. I'm talking about murder.
Oh,
Do you think Tom Cruise knows someone who's murdered someone?
does he know that they have done it, or does he just know someone?
Tom Cruise knows a murderer.
But he knows that they're a murderer.
Yes.
Probably. For sure, guaranteed he knows people who are murderers who he doesn't know that they're murderers.
Okay.
But probably he knows. I mean, whatever. We're barking down a dangerous tree here. I forgot where we were here, so we're just going to move forward. Which director / cinematographer / combo has cultivated a style all of their own? Megan Leinart says Sofia Coppola. Max Miller says Gaspar Noé and Benoit Debie. Totes. Good. Anything else that you'd like us to talk about? I said. And Ebo Show asked about the Arrowverse, but also he said, imagine George Miller doing a Doom movie.
Yes.
That'd be dope.
Because you just do it like Fury Road and you have them get from one end of Mars to the other.
Yo.
We got to get to the
Yeah.
We got to get to the power station. It's on the other side of Mars.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. And it's just an adrenaline rush the whole way through.
Or the portal back to Earth is closing, and they have a
gotta make it
time
back.
limit.
Yeah.
So like anytime someone like breaks their legs, they just have to leave them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you go Vasquez style, and you leave them with some like detonators.
Yeah, grenades.
Hold it down.
Dude, Vasquez.
Vasquez.
Do you ever get mistaken for a man? I don't know. Do you?
Do you?
Such a good comeback, dude.
Such a good one.
J Christ 08 wanted to know our opinion on if Norton continued to be the Hulk in the MCU and how many amazing scenes we would have gotten with RDJ and Norton playing off each other. Also, what's our opinion on Netflix playback speed changing feature that they're adding?
I love Mark Ruffalo, dude.
I love Mark Ruffalo,
I'm
too.
sorry. I
It's
love
hard
Mark
at this
Ruffalo
point.
way too much.
Also, I hear Norton is difficult to work with.
I heard that as well.
I don't want to
And-
spread tales out of school, but
And every time I go through the MCU, nothing makes me laugh harder,
yeah.
belly laughing, than when Ruffalo is newly Ruffalo with Hemsworth in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
When he's wearing Tony's clothes, he's like, where am I? Like,
Where
that
am I?
whole freaking segment is gold.
And they mention Norton and RDJ playing off each other, but I think Mark Ruffalo and RDJ play off each other really well.
Yeah, because there's like a real deep love there. There's a bond.
Yeah. Whereas I think like real life tension between Norton and everyone else would have shown through.
I think so too, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
As far as the Netflix playback speed thing, like, yeah, I can understand why filmmakers are pissed about that. Maybe Netflix, this is weird, but maybe Netflix like doesn't have it on for like narrative stuff, but you could
But I mean,
do
at
it
the same
for
time,
like
if you want to watch something how you want to watch it, I don't understand
yeah,
the
I mean,
problem.
let people do what they want to do.
Yeah,
Is the
exactly.
real answer, but like
Like because we're already not watching these movies in a theater,
Right.
which like filmmakers. Scorsese was even saying he's like, we're as filmmakers, we all want people to see it in the theater.
yeah,
He's like, if they don't say that, they're lying to you. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that sounds weird.
I got.
But it made me think,
that's
like-
why you just have to have a projector.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it just seems weird.
You don't have to have a projector. I'm
because
just teasing.
if people are just at their home watching your thing,
yeah, sorry,
let them do. You know,
people are chilling halfway
because
through these things.
Exactly.
It's Netflix.
It's no different than watching a movie at normal speed while being on your phone.
right.
Like same thing. You're
Or
barely
getting into sexual escapades halfway
yeah,
through.
or yeah, or like eating, or
Eating.
going to the bathroom but just letting it
leaving
play.
it, letting it play. Like I can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why
Compromise.
this is a big.
Your creative vision is
Deal.
compromised. Although I do think it's back on Tom Cruise. I think it's so awesome and funny that they did that video decrying like true motion and judder
Loved it.
reduction.
Loved
it was
it.
so funny, but also
Loved it.
so true. Turn off that shit on your TVs.
Yes.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Every time I go to friends' houses and I see it immediately, I can spot it instantly, and I'm just like, we need to fix your TV, bro. Yeah. It's poisonous.
How much is a like a calibrator? Someone to come to
Yeah.
your house
a person?
and personally calibrate.
Just do it yourself. It's not that hard. Just turn that crap off.
what?
Turn off the true motion.
No.
Oh, you're talking about like color and everything.
I'm talking real deal calibration.
You can get like apps that do that and stuff. There's a series of letters. I don't know. It starts
How
with
much?
an I maybe.
How much you think?
For a person to come and do it?
Yeah.
Someone probably exists that would do it. Probably like $300.
Can Omar do it?
Probably.
Omar seems like he could calibrate a TV well.
Yeah. I've seen him like calibrating angrily calibrating his monitors several times. He's always just like, I can't get it to match. The red values, the brightness.
Someone in the comments is like a professional calibrator.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I need some tips because I feel like there's something wrong with my TV because the brights are really bright with like HDR stuff, but I feel like my darks are too dark.
Yeah.
Where
there's probably like a blackness setting or something.
Yeah, like something I think is
When
a
I was
little off with my darkness.
When I was at my sister's house, we were watching The Witch,
Yeah.
the Vavitch, and
Yeah, what is that about?
I don't know, old timey I think language. Like that's the way I don't know, whatever. New England folktale.
Got it.
But anyway, and their TV at first had shutter reduction, like true motion, whatever. So I was like, we got to turn that off.
Yeah.
Went in, turned that off, and then we were watching for another little while, and then like every time a subtitle came on, the screen would get darker, and then the subtitle went away and the screen would get brighter. It was very, very subtle.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I paused it again, and I was like, hang on, the TV's automatically adjusting brightness.
Yes.
We got to turn that off. So I went and I turned that off too.
Nice.
It was just driving me
Saving
crazy.
lives here, dude.
Yeah, I was like, Anya, I can't handle this. Anyway, Morgan Mahala, can we get a Patriot check-in? Also has top-tier cinematography.
I'm on episode 2.
They're planning on visiting Luxembourg because of the show. I've actually thought of that too. I'm interested in Luxembourg now.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Although a European friend said Luxembourg is really boring, but I can't remember who told me that. I'm sure Luxembourg is dope. It looks beautiful in the show.
Well, I feel like everyone I've ever met that's from London calls it a shithole and
yeah,
they hate it.
Everyone
and
hates
like,
everywhere they're from.
Yeah, like my number one desired place to live is London.
To live?
Yeah, I want to live there.
I've never even been there. I want to go there. I got to go there. My very, very first ever girlfriend lives in London, I think.
Track her
Or
down.
somewhere in there.
Sounds like the beginning of a rom-com, Ian.
No, she's married. We talk sometimes.
Oh.
She's dope. She's
Cool.
just living her life, doing her thing. It's
Cool.
great.
Cool.
I mean, we were like, teens, whatever.
Nice.
You're
Teens.
gonna track someone down.
T for teen.
T for teen.
M for mature.
Tokyo Slim gave us an amazing list
Yo,
of
City of God,
yeah,
dude.
City of God. I'm just gonna rattle off this huge list of titles.
City of God.
City of God is really good.
Forgot about that movie. That is so intense.
It's very intense.
That is such an intense movie.
You know what else is gonna be intense? Me rattling off all these titles.
Nail him.
Here we go. Lawrence of Arabia, Assassin of Jesse James, Apocalypse Now, There Will Be Blood, City of God, The Mood for Love, The New World, The Thin Red Line, Days of Heaven, The Master, Mad Max Fury Road, Children of Men, The French Connection, Birdman, Saving Private Ryan, Master and Commander, Old Boy, Raging Bull, Cold War, The Fall, Black Narcissus, Paris, Texas, Schindler's List, Amelie, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Hard Boiled, 2001 Space Odyssey, The Shining, Once Upon a Time in the West, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, A Clockwork Orange, Last Tango in Paris, Chinatown, Alien, Kwaidan, Ron, The Natural, Ron is amazing, The Natural, Unforgiven, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Baraka, Samsara, LA Confidential, The Matrix, Metropolis, The Third Man, Vertigo, and yes, for nothing else, if it's not a lasting impact on cinematic photography, Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane's awesome, dude.
Also, Rear Window, I would add.
Go up really quick.
And
they
North by
said-
Northwest.
The New World
Yeah.
is. I saw it once in college, and I've never been so surprised by a movie. A movie that I wrote off. Colin Farrell, like Pocahontas stuff. What is this? This is gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
This is gonna be like King Arthur levels of bad.
That was bad. That was a bad movie.
And wow,
Yeah?
that movie is really good.
You know what movie's really
Has
bad?
it-
Alexander.
Alexander.
The movie is
Is that with
garb.
Colin Farrell?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Or is that King Arthur?
Nah, I think he's Alexander.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's King Arthur.
I
too.
saw that movie for free because I worked at a movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
I was seeing it alone, like the day before it came out.
Yeah.
I hated it so much I busted out my Game Boy Advance during the movie, which I would never. I mean, it was in the theater alone.
Yeah.
But to this day, I'm still mad I didn't just leave.
I got a question for you. Something someone hasn't been brought up. Someone really important to movies right now
Yeah.
has not been brought up, and I'm interested to see where you stand. Christopher Nolan
Oh yeah, no.
has not been brought up, and I think
Chrissy no.
I don't think because Wally Pfister is usually his dude, but then the last 1 or 2 movies Nolan had someone different, but it's usually Wally Pfister. But
And they love that IMAX.
love that IMAX.
They get that IMAX.
I mean,
in there.
Nolan does big better than almost anyone. I don't know if
His movies are very.
they always look
serve,
so good. Yeah, but I don't know if I have any like super like obviously some Joker.
Well, they're a little
shots.
austere. Whatever. Like when Joker burns the money, that's crazy.
Yeah, or
It
when
looks
he's out
really
of the-
good.
out
When
of
he's
the cop
when he's out of the
car.
cop car.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He has a very. I think he plays down his style. Like
Yes,
he has a very specific style. He's kind of like Fincher in a lot of ways, but it's.
it's somehow massive,
Yeah,
but like
but-
so
but
intimate.
intimate. Yeah.
dude.
I mean, I think Inception is probably his most out there cinematography wise. I think all of his movies look good.
All of them.
Yeah.
I can't wait for.
There's not a
Tenet.
bad looking. I don't know anything about it. Tenet?
I read the premise, but I forget. But it had me really hyped.
What genre is it?
It's like sci-fi.
Oh, sick. I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
I'll read you the premise.
Ah?
It's super epic.
Tenet?
Yep.
T-E-N-N-I-T?
Tenet.
T-E-N-E-T.
The plot is currently unknown. The project is described as an action epic revolving around international espionage, time travel, and evolution.
Shit, yeah, dude.
Nolan, dude. Nolan.
My problem, though, with Nolan
Comes out in 2020.
is
Summer.
not in the cinematography or the filmmaking. It's in the storytelling. Because generally, the way he likes to do a movie, it's fun the first time, but then once you know the rules,
Inception has degraded a little bit.
yeah, because once you know the rules, the first like third of Inception especially, but even a couple of his other ones, you kind of don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like I already know the rules. Let's just skip to Act 2, which is a little bit of a bummer. It's kind of expositional,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Maybe Inception's just one of those movies that you can only watch once every 10 years.
Yeah.
So you don't remember the little
And you got to get hit in the face with a board before you watch it. So you're, oh man,
Never start with a victim's head.
yeah,
Remember, it
makes
gets
them all
fuzzy.
woozy. Yeah, it makes them all fuzzy. Oh man, I'm still sad about him, man.
Dude, Dark Knight.
Heath Ledger, dude, pour one out. Anyway, Tokyo Slim did a funny thing that I like that he says he's gonna keep doing, and I'm all for it. They made a quote challenge for us.
Excellent.
All right. This one I know. Do you know this one? Listen, lady, I only speak 2 languages, English and bad English.
I do know this, but I can't get it right now.
It's one of the movies that you answer as a joke every time that isn't Ghostbusters.
Bad Boys.
Nope. Fifth Element.
Fifth Element, dude.
I want to eat something that's alive. That one I don't know, but it sounds familiar.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
I don't think so.
That was
I want to eat something that's alive. Yeah, I don't know that one. Hello, Vinny. It's your Uncle Bingo. Time to pay the check.
the hell?
I mean, at first I want to say my cousin Vinny,
Sure.
but it's probably not that because it would be super obvious, and I don't remember an Uncle Bingo, but I don't know.
No clue.
Discovering the object of the game is the object of the game.
The Game. Great cinematography.
Is that from the
dude.
game?
Fincher. I don't know.
I love Fincher, dude. I love that movie.
Fincher needs to make another movie.
Out of the way, Peck. Willow.
Is it?
That's from Willow.
Willow, dude. I don't know if I've ever seen Willow.
Out of the way, Peck. He calls him Peck all the time. Val Kilmer. I am almost positive that's Willow. I like how I know that one, but not like the others are probably like screamingly obvious.
Yeah.
But Tokyo Slim says that he'll let us know any that we
Nice.
missed next month and then give us 5 more.
Nice.
So I'm very excited. Can you re-quote the ones that we got wrong just so we can remember what we got
Eat
wrong?
something that's alive, dude.
Yeah,
one
that
is
sounds so familiar.
so familiar.
I'm not going to look it up.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to know until next month
sure,
because
for
I think
sure.
this is a really fun game.
That's fun. That's fun.
All right. Well, that's it. And that takes care of our quote challenge. I like if Tokyo Slim's going to provide the quotes now, we don't have to worry about it.
Here's a question we didn't bring up.
Huh.
Anime.
Looks great.
Cinematography in anime.
Akira has great cinematography.
Akira!
Akira. Wait, what did I just do? Sephiroth?
Yep.
Akira. Yeah, no, I love the framing.
Do you think that's
the shots in
cheating?
anime?
Is that cheating if you're just like drawing everything?
I mean, technically, it's like cinematography.
Yeah.
You know, like
Cinematography.
mise en scène.
Yeah.
You know,
If you do it, you do it, I say. It doesn't matter how you do it.
tra la la. No, I agree though. Like some of the like Studio Ghibli stuff has some of the best shots in the biz.
Some of the yes.
Perfect Blue, dude. That movie's crazy.
Perfect freaking blue.
Perfect freaking Blue.
Intense.
Cowboy Bebop, dude.
Keep those eyes
Keep those eyes open.
open, dude. Something about falling while like leaving grenades behind you is the sickest anime shit of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Name something cooler.
Oh, I can't.
It's so cool. That's cinematography too.
Yeah.
It's kind of got that Watchmen vibe where he's like falling down.
A cool anime thing too is when characters like know they're about to die, but like still go in guns blazing.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool in an
Yep.
anime.
Yep.
Don't do that in real life,
No,
obviously.
No. But anime.
But in an if you're in an anime, I guess, but like don't do that in real life.
yeah. Love anime.
Anime's good stuff, dude. Well, some of it. It's like everything else, you know. There's good stuff and bad stuff. You know?
Good, some bad, some ugly.
Berserk, dude. Those movies have crazy framing in it.
Berserk. I got nothing
And
left.
some deep, rich colors. All right.
Take us out of here.
Thank you, everyone, for watching Reaction Shots for November 2019. Blade Runner month. We've made it. We are in the future. The corporations own everything now.
They actually do.
They actually do. That part was right. We don't have flying cars, but we have self-driving cars. They're still in the ground.
We don't have any people on Mars.
Don't have any replicants. Don't have any off-site mining worlds
We don't have
yet.
any replicants that we know of.
Whoa, that's true.
Are you a replicant? Are you a skin job?
I'm a skin
How
job.
intense is skin job? That lingo.
How what?
How intense is that?
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you said how many times
No, how
is skin
intense is
job,
that?
and I'm like, are you gonna finish that sentence?
It's very like
It's very intense.
gritty.
Oh yeah. It also
Skin
like
job.
it's a successful. It's like bitingly racist
Yeah.
for a made up
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Very derogatory.
Yeah, it's very good
Skin
fake
job.
racism.
Is Deckard? He's not a skin job because 2049.
Well, who knows? He wouldn't be a Nexus Model 5 or whatever, Nexus 8, because they were in the newer model. So maybe the older ones don't have the 4-year lifespan. But I think, obviously, the filmmakers have even said like the question of whether he is or isn't overly important.
Yeah.
But also like sort of unclear because pregnancy happens and it's like, well, I don't know. We can't talk about it without. I mean, I've already spoiled it. I guess.
Blade Runner.
You'll get caught up in the
Blade Runner.
Patreon.com/EasyOS. If you want to be one of these beautiful commenters, join us at the $7 and up levels. We really, really appreciate your support on Patreon. We need it to survive. This is our job. And we love doing it. And we do it all for you.
And we hope we weren't
Everything I do.
too tired for you tonight.
Yeah, hopefully this episode wasn't
Couldn't-
too unhinged.
Pretty unhinged. But
Pretty
I think
unhinged.
I think we stayed
Hopefully
on track.
good unhinged.
And I don't want to.